What's up, Wildcat fans? Happy Halloween, and welcome back to another episode of the Inside Out Show presented by Carrburritos. I'm your host, Kochera.
And I am Hunter Adam, dressed as peanut butter today on toast, and I'm here with my co-host, Jelly.
That's right.
And we're just going to give you guys a little rundown on what's been going on over the past couple of weeks on this very spooky Halloween-themed episode. And we're happy to be back.
We do. We have a lot on the docket for you guys today. We got spooky season starting 5. We got a great interview with freshman Manie Joses, who is also going to be dressed up. We're not sure what he's wearing, but this is the first Halloween that he's celebrating since he was 7 years old, so I know he's excited.
And we've got our other co-host here, our skeleton friend, who's not really dressed up as well as he could be, but obviously he's wearing our lovely Carrburritos shirt, which we're happy about. So with that, let's get to a word from our sponsors at Carrburritos.
Let's do it. Located just south of campus on Main Street, Carrburritos is a family-owned and operated casual dining Mexican restaurant. Carrburritos offers indoor and outdoor dining options, as well as curbside takeout services. Orders can be placed online at visitcarburritos.com/Davidson.
So a lot has happened since we last met on this podcast. We're going to get into the scouting report a little bit and talk about what's been going on. So obviously we've had our red-black scrimmage happened a couple of weeks ago now. So you want to talk about that? Well, how that went, how that felt? We were obviously both on the black team. I'll get into that a little bit later on in our Swish or Brick. But you want to talk about the red-black podcast?
Yeah, unfortunately we were on the black team. It was a competitive game. I will say it was a little bit of a rough start for the black team. We came out slow.
We did.
We had round one was rough. We had the lob to Reed though. As far as excitement goes, I think we got the fans going more than the red team.
Yeah, we did it. We did a good job getting them going. We actually drew that one up before the game had even started. Connor and Reed met with Coach Medini and we're talking about how we gonna start it off. Roberts actually came up with the idea first of throwing lobs to start the game.
Credit Roberts on the red team. Roberts started to talk about starting the game off with a lob.
Yeah, unfortunately, red team did not have anyone that could really go get a lob. Sean Logan would like to think that he could, but that's not really part of his game. So.
No, and it definitely wouldn't be Roberts either. So we stole Roberts' idea. I went to Coach Matheny that morning, and he was asking me how we should open the game, what I think of our team. I was like, we have to throw a lob to Reed. Reed in warm-ups was telling me how bouncy he was feeling. Yeah. Obviously, we know the jumping ability that he possesses.
Yeah, I mean, he's a freak. We were talking about it last week on the podcast. He can go and catch someone at the top of the backboard. So we just kind of threw it up there. And
he makes my job easy.
Exactly.
I just put it around the rim, and he finished. So that, I would say, was the most exciting play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, did not translate to a win for us, though.
That's all right. You know, red team came out. We had some good performances from some players on the red team. Sean Logan played incredibly.
Unbelievable.
He's obviously been working on making layups. Went 8 for 8. Perfect from
I wouldn't say that's not too bad.
Not at all.
I'll take 8 for 8 any day.
Yeah, exactly. And Reed Bailey on the black team, no stiff. What's the word? I don't know. But but he gave Sean a run for his money too.
It really was a battle of the bigs.
It was a battle of the bigs, which is maybe going to be the words are escaping me today. The tale of our season. Our bigs are going to be doing a lot for us this season, so it's good that they came out red black and showed everyone what they've been working on.
Yeah. Speaking of coming out and showing everyone, we had a press conference afterwards. There were a lot of great questions asked. Some people were referencing this podcast even in the
which
first
is great.
episode.
Fans, we see you. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Manny actually came out and surprised everyone with a little bit of his singing ability.
Yeah, I kind of put him on the spot with that one. I was going to say Roberts because obviously Roberts won our Songfest, but I don't know. I thought Manny would be able to give the people a bit more charisma on that.
He sure did.
So hopefully you guys will get to see a bit more of that.
Yeah. You guys are in for a treat. That his vocals are quite impressive, I would say, for a freshman.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, and with that, I think we should get into our Swish and Brick.
Yeah, you want to start off with the Swish?
Yeah, so my Swish is our uniforms.
Oh.
They have not come in for a while, and they finally arrived. We've been wearing our practice uniforms for some of our scrimmages that we've been doing for red-black, for some of our other secret scrimmages that have gone on, that have all been very exciting and helpful for the team, but it's just not the same feeling when you're wearing your practice jerseys.
At all. No.
So those are finally in. They're looking really cool.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to break them out for our first
couple,
game November 4th.
We've got a couple alternate colours that you fans will see at some point during the season that we
Yep.
haven't played in a while, so you guys have that to look forward to, which will be great.
We got Media Day too. Media Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think it's right around the corner. They're going to be doing all the media stuff with us, so you should start seeing posts on different social media accounts, and hopefully you'll enjoy the new threads we got this year.
The creative team has been cooking in the lab, so hopefully that turns out well. Well, my swish for the week is the NBA season starting up finally.
Yes.
It feels like it's been forever since we've seen some NBA basketball. WNBA finals just wrapped up with the New York Liberty winning that. That was quite an exciting game.
That was a crazy ending.
But there's really nothing like NBA basketball, so I'm just happy, when I'm sitting on my couch doing my homework on a Tuesday night, that I can pop on some NBA basketball.
I am too. This is a great time for sports. For
Oh,
watching
incredible.
sports, the fall is top-notch, unbelievable. I mean, we got playoff baseball right now. We have NBA starting up. WNBA finals just happened. We're in the thick of the football season. You really can't beat it.
Not at all. No, I'm very happy.
How about your brick this week?
My brick this week, going off what we were just talking about, is the black team for the red-black scrimmage. As we said, we really just couldn't get it done. Reed told me before the red-black scrimmage that he had never lost a red-black scrimmage until that point. So,
I haven't either. That was my first loss too.
Yeah, so sorry we couldn't get that done. I actually had a donut in the game, so it was no help from me, but, it is what it is, and those things always are a little bit strange.
Scrimmages are weird, and it was just the first half. And, I think we were more of a second-half team. So if we would have gotten the second half, I think it would have been a different outcome. We won the win the game segment after the first half. So
yeah, it's just like a little
if
pity
that's a
prize.
little consolation,
Yeah.
I'll take it. But that was a rough one for the black team. And what are you going to do? Can't win them all.
Exactly. Can't win them all.
All right. Well, my brick of the week is actually Halloween today because it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
And at school, in college, people tend to make Halloween weekend a big deal. But when it's on a Thursday, what is Halloween weekend? Is it last weekend? Do you celebrate in October 25th, 5 or 6 days before Halloween? Or do you wait till after Halloween and celebrate it on the weekend that it's closest to, but then you're already in November, and then in my head, it's already Thanksgiving. Like once October's over, Thanksgiving has started. Thanksgiving starts tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So really, what do you do? It puts people in a tough spot. Some people have argued that it's both weekends. Some people have argued that it's one. I think it's the weekend before. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but
I really don't. But all I know is we're doing our best to get in the festive Halloween spirit, regardless of whether we can go out and celebrate on our own. So
that's right.
I think we're doing a good enough job as is.
I think so too.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good idea. This is Hunter's idea, by the way. I will give him the credit. Peanut butter and jelly.
Yep. It was
This
either
was
this
his
or
idea.
ketchup and mustard. So, I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe this has become a nickname on the court or something. If we start
That'd be cool.
giving each other assists, or we have our little celebrations that we do after 3-pointers. We might have to incorporate this in somehow.
I like that. I like the sound of that. So we're going to get started now with our starting 5 segment on this podcast. We're drafting Halloween candies in spirit of, obviously, Halloween.
That's
so
right.
I'll pass it over to you for your
Yeah,
first pick.
Hunter got to draft first last time, so I'm going to take the first pick this time. And with that, I will take Reese Peanut Butter Cups. The easy
Classic.
1-1. The peanut butter and chocolate combination, you cannot beat it.
No.
The colors are Halloween colors. Really everything about Reese Peanut Butter Cups is fantastic and fits the framework for Halloween. So
Yeah,
that's an
I mean,
easy first pick.
That would have been my first pick as well. If I had got it, obviously I'm peanut butter right now, so I don't know what. That would have been me. My first pick, I'm gonna go with Smarties. You know Smarties?
I do know Smarties.
Those little
That's an
little
interesting pick.
rolls of sugar candy are my absolute favorite in the entire world. Every time I go to the arcade and I get my tickets, I'll just get like a handful of those.
That's an interesting pick, I will say.
yeah.
That's not one that I had on my list. You could
honestly,
have gotten that
yeah.
round 5.
Yeah,
if
honestly,
you would've
but
waited.
I'm getting it off the board quick just so everybody knows. Like that's my favorite.
Okay,
candy, so
fair enough.
Yeah.
Smarties.
that's me.
With my second pick, I'm going to go with Skittles. Another classic, very sugary, but I think they are a step up from
Which
Smarties.
color Skittle? Because
Well,
you know you can get the
pack.
you can get the red ones, you can get the green ones, purple ones. Well,
the
just
normal pack of Skittles. The
okay.
red pack. The
Okay,
red
the
pack
of
that has
Skittles,
the combination of your classic Skittles colors in there.
Yeah.
These days, there's candies. There's a million different types of candy.
See,
for
I
all
had
these
on my
different
list,
brands.
I had the Skittles, but the green ones especially. I think they're the
sour ones.
flavor.
The sour ones, yeah.
Those are my favorite by far.
Okay.
That's not my second
bad.
pick though. My second pick. I gotta look at my list here. I'm gonna go with Snickers.
Okay.
Snickers
that's
bar.
A good pick. I respect
The
that.
little chocolate things. They're really good.
Yeah.
Not as good as Smarties, obviously, but yeah. Second pick, Snickers.
Okay, so you with your green Skittles pick reminded me. For my third pick, I'm going Sour Patch Kids, which is the pinnacle of sour candy.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. That's a good pick.
You
I
can't
had
eat
that on
too
my
many
list
of them
too.
though. You can't eat too many, or else your mouth is gonna get.
I don't know about you, but I could
fried.
eat bags and bags of those.
No, it does horrible things if you eat too many of those, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're good.
I feel like it's
They're
a
good.
necessary evil. You know, they taste so good.
Yeah.
I'd put up with it. Okay, so my third pick. We're on third pick now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Starbursts,
Okay.
specifically pink ones and the red ones.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, Starbursts are an incredible candy,
Yeah.
sweet, juicy.
They are great.
What more do you want?
It's a little bit of a wild card, though. You get them in those packs, and you never know which two you're going to get.
Yeah,
if you
I
get
know.
2 red ones or 2 pink ones, that's the ultimate jackpot. But if you're stuck with an orange and a yellow, that's tough.
not
That's
the
a little
best.
bit of a risk.
But yeah, that's my third pick. I'm going Starbursts.
All right. For my fourth pick, I'm going to go with candy corn, the ultimate Halloween candy. And that one is going to be controversial, I know. You either love it or you hate it. But candy corn is Halloween.
Personally,
That's what it is.
hate
When you go to the store and
candy
when you see Halloween setups at the store, there's candy corn every single time.
and I don't understand
It's
it at all.
Halloween candy.
Because what even is the flavor of candy corn?
I
Is it
couldn't tell
corn
you.
flavor?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's 3
It's
flavors.
disgusting.
When I eat it like one flavor at a time. Too.
Okay.
I eat like the white part, the orange part, and the
I've
yellow
never been a fan of candy corn at all. Maybe that's just me being from New Zealand and not having Halloween growing up. But
part. No, there's definitely
Candy
plenty
corn
of
is
candy corn haters.
horrible.
It is a divisive candy. Definitely separates people. But I had to keep it on my list. I like candy corn, and I'm gonna
all
stick
my
by
candy corn haters out there, stand up. Comment on the YouTube video if you hate candy corn or something like that. I don't know. Okay, my fourth pick. I'm going with Kit Kats. Sticking with the chocolate theme, kind of.
I was going to take that.
Yep, taking that off the board. Good value getting it at number
That
4
is-
as well.
that's great value.
It's my power forward, Kit Kat. You know, you get 2 of them, snap them in half, bite them. It's good. It's good stuff. It's tasty. And yeah, that's my fourth pick.
All right,
Kit
respectable
Kat.
pick. I don't know where I want to go with this last one. I have a couple good ones. I think I'm going to stick with chocolate because I have some sugary ones. I have the Reese peanut butter cups, but I think Twix.
Twix.
I gotta close out my draft with my 5th pick.
I'm not sure I even know what Twix are. I don't know if we have those in New Zealand. So
It's like a gold wrapper.
Okay.
They got a little cookie in the middle. It's like chocolate, caramel, and a little cookie.
okay.
There's a whole like left Twix, right Twix deal that's going on. I'm not really sure what that's
All
all
right,
about,
yeah,
but
you
they
might
taste
need to
good.
Clue me in on that
They're
a bit
good.
more. But okay, for my 5th pick, then final pick, good value. Thinking that it's still on the board. I'm gonna go with Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah.
Classic. You
classic.
can get so many different flavors of Hershey's Kisses. You can get white chocolate, dark chocolate, cookies and cream.
Are you taking them all? You're taking every flavor
every
of
single
Hershey
one.
Kiss. Okay.
Every single flavor of Hershey
All
Kisses
right.
is on the board. I'm taking. I love it. That's allowed, right?
I guess so.
I'd
We'll say that's allowed.
yeah,
Hershey Kisses.
Hershey Kisses. Phenomenal little chocolate drop. You know,
Yeah.
underrated in
it's
my
a good
opinion.
draft.
But I think it's
I don't
pretty
think of them as Halloween candy per se. I would say they're definitely a good chocolate, whether it's Halloween or not, up for debate. But we can let the people decide.
good. Yeah,
We'll see what they think about our 2 drafts. I remember when I would used to trick or treat, I would dump my entire bag of candy out on the floor and just start separate them
Yeah.
into piles and then ranking them which candies I like more than others. And
Honestly,
that's
I've
like
never
a core
even-
memory of mine just sitting on my basement floor.
I've never even been trick or treating, so I really
What?
wouldn't know. I mean, yeah, and from where I lived in New Zealand, my nearest neighbor was like 3 or 4 miles down the road.
Oh my God.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so trick or treating wasn't really a thing that I could do, unfortunately.
That's horrible.
But I'll take your word for it. It sounds like quite a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big handicap coming into this draft without
Yeah, that may be
trick-or-treating
why
any
I chose
experience.
Hershey Kisses in the first place, because I really just have never been trick or treating.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
That's a tough to play that
It
way.
is what
but
it is, though.
It is what it is. And we're trying to culture you here. We're trying to put you on to some good candies.
It is a little bit strange to be a college student and go trick or treating though, so I think my time for that might have passed.
That's definitely well past. We might get some trick or treaters at our house this year.
Hopefully, I might throw out a bowl candy. Just
I think that's what
for myself.
That's
even
what Ford and I think
some.
we're going to put out a bowl for trick or treaters.
That's funny.
Hopefully, get a couple.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna carve up this pumpkin after this and chuck it out front of my house. So hopefully that.
There you go. And you guys already
attracts
have
a couple of
some
trick-or-treaters.
Halloween decorations
We
out
do.
there too, I saw.
Sean and I put a skeleton up just like this out front of our house too. So hopefully we get a couple of trick or treaters, which would be fun.
Yeah, we've been preparing for fall too. Ford and I just bought a candle from Harris Teeter yesterday, a fall candle. I don't know what I think about it. Ford bought it, but it makes our house smell good, so
That's all right.
I'll take it, I guess.
Okay, so with that, the starting five segment being over, we're going to move on to our interview with Manie. So
Great interview.
Great interview.
Let's
we're looking forward to letting you guys hear what he has to say. So we'll get into that.
All right, now we welcome freshman Manie Joses to our podcast, The Inside Out Show. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, Manie.
Thanks for having me.
And what are you dressed as? You look like you're ready for a job interview. Are you a CEO? What's going on here?
I'm actually the private detective played by Idris Elba Luther. It's a British show.
Okay.
It's a show that I watch a lot, actually.
Okay, and what does he do? Tell us about him.
He's quite a senile detective, you could call it. Chases murderers, drug dealers all over London. I just wanted to dress like Idris Elba, to be honest, and I feel quite dapper right now. So.
Okay, good. Well, you do look good. We'll just put that out there. So great job. I know this is your first Halloween you've ever celebrated, maybe since you were 7. What's the last Halloween costume you remember dressing up as?
I actually don't know how to dress up for Halloween. My last Halloween costume...
Clearly. I mean, we could tell.
I wore the exact same thing that I'm wearing right now, but I wanted to be Black Lightning, and that's a superhero on Netflix. So I painted some white lightning on a tie and then wore this exact thing, and that's traumatized me from ever celebrating Halloween again.
Okay, so we maybe need to work on your creativity a little bit when it comes to Halloween costumes.
For sure.
But, okay.
I'm not great at this, but at least I got to look good for one day.
Okay, so let's get into the little interviewing now. Obviously, you've had a big summer. People want to know what you've been up to, where you've been. Tell us a little bit about where you got up to this summer, and playing with the U20 Great Britain team, playing at that Jordan Brand event. You were playing it in Paris. You want to give us a little bit of background on what you've been up to this summer?
Yeah, so after I left Australia, I went to play with the under-20 Great Britain team, and we went to 5 different countries for practice games and then the actual tournament. And you would have thought we would have done a lot better than what we did, but
how well did you do? Exactly?
We went. The record doesn't really matter.
What was
Bottom
the record?
line is
was the record?
we came 12th out of 21 teams, so that's
okay.
We were right in the middle of the pack.
But this is all of Europe, right? This is Eurobasket. This is
Eurobasket Division B.
Okay.
21 teams.
I don't even know what that means.
21 of the second tier teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Great Britain isn't really known for its basketball.
Yeah, it's more known for
apart from
Manie.
you, I haven't really heard of many British basketball players in the first place. So 12th, probably doing pretty well for your country, isn't it?
Yeah, I was pretty. Well, I wasn't happy with the result, but I was happy with my stats, so can't complain.
Speaking of Great Britain and London, you catch a lot of flack on this team, being a foreigner and being from there. There's a lot of very proud USA representation here, as well as plenty from overseas as well. And there's always a little bit of friendly banter.
Back and forth.
Yes, absolutely. So I was trying to look up some things about your hometown, some good things about London, and I honestly could not find anything, if I'm being honest. So maybe now's your chance to go on the record and explain some good things about London, because we hardly hear any here in the locker room around this program.
Well, there's a lot of negativity around London because being the most well-known and Actually, it was rated the best city in 2022 and 2023 in the world. So I'm not surprised it gets a lot of hate around this locker room. But London it has the best landscapes. If you're looking for city life, it's London or New York, and there's nothing else in the conversation. And there's one person on our team from New York, and he doesn't even seem to care about the conversation that much. So when I say London's the best city ever, I mean it.
I mean, the thing that sticks out the most would have to be the weather. I'm not sure it's ever sunny there, first of all. So that has to be a little bit of a knock.
There's something about like the crisp, fresh air, just like that.
What about the rain?
Light rain. It's like the rain
awful.
is constant, but it's not like the rain you see here. It's not like tropical rainstorm. It's just light, and it just refreshes you.
I mean, every time I see something about London, or if it's like a soccer match, it's just everyone's wearing dark colors. Everyone looks very depressed.
That's the aesthetic.
It's horrible.
The depression isn't the aesthetic, but the dark colors is really, it's a look. Like, you either have it or you don't. And people in London obviously
don't have it. Clearly they don't have it.
Well, some of us do and some of us don't. I like to say I think I have it.
Okay, so keeping on the topic of London and all that, I kind of want to hear a bit about your journey to Davidson. You know, growing up in the UK, you played at the NBA Academy in Australia, and I just kind of want to walk us through how you came to start playing basketball, made it to the NBA Academy, and then eventually made it to Davidson, and how that all worked out.
So I started playing basketball because I was like awkwardly tall, and for some reason I was quite fast for my height too. I was always the fastest in all of my classes, so I picked up a basketball and I was very uncoordinated for a very long time, and I didn't take it seriously for a very long time, but I took it seriously for I'd say about a year or two, and then some of my highlights got posted on Twitter by a random European scout who I've never heard of, and one of the NBA Academy scouts actually saw that, and that's why I'm here. So
wow,
by the just lucky that that guy posted my Twitter highlights. In a game, I did have 28, 21, and 11.
21 rebounds?
21 rebounds.
So
I needed that.
What would be your best dunk you could do then? What are the people going to see when you get a fast break this year? What is in the dunk bag?
Well, it's my freshman year, so I have to start off I have to give people a taste and then keep going. First, it's going to be a windmill, something easy.
Okay.
Then it's going to be through the legs like a East Bay. Something not really easy, but I can do with minimal effort. Then we're going to go behind the back, and we're going to get tricky with it because I'm going to do it like a nice slow behind the back, and I'm going to punch it.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna find the camera, not point, but just stare. One of those awkward, one of those looks.
You are awkward, so that fits you pretty well.
That fits. I'm awkward, but I like to think I own it.
Okay.
And then I'll do a little bounce between the legs, and I could miss that.
I saw you try to do that in the red-black scrimmage layup lines. You tried to do that.
My hips still haven't got the pop back yet, but once I do, I'm gonna bounce between the legs. And if I do miss it, I'm gonna make it a really good miss.
Okay.
On the fast break,
you better make that. You better make it. If you're gonna pull some of these out again, you better make it, or you're gonna find yourself on the bench. That's what's gonna happen.
To be honest, if I bounce the ball between my legs and it hits the back rim and I miss it, I'm gonna go to the bench smiling because the fact that I even tried that is honestly, I think it's commendable.
So something many people may not know is I have one attempted dunk in a college basketball game. It's a horrible video. I still have it on my phone somewhere, and it was a miss. Clearly, it was the end of a game. It was back before I had transferred here. It was in the CAA tournament, and there was 15 seconds left. We were up by 15. I was feeling good. We're about to go on to the next round, and I just could not get off the ground. It was bad. I don't even want to think about it, to be completely honest. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, I've dunked it once in my collegiate career so far against VCU, and I don't even know if you could call it a dunk because I barely got the ball over the rim. But it was in live action, and I dunked it per se. So, we can relate. You're talking about going behind the back on a fast break.
Yeah,
we're dunkers too.
You guys can. I've seen in practice. I've seen in
below the rim most of the time. Yeah,
back cut, front cut.
Yeah,
maybe.
Obviously, we're not putting it between our legs. You said you're going to start with something easy with a windmill, and on my best day, I can only sometimes windmill. So, I would like to live in your shoes for a day and see how it is to really fly. But we can't all
I get that a lot. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I do have a question, kind of building off that though. The journey to dunking starts in the weight room, as a lot of people know, and your journey in the weight room this off season has been quite a journey. You're putting on weight, which comes down to a lot of eating. You guys are putting in a lot of work down there, and it's clearly showing off. So I have a couple questions for you. The first, it's tough to see your muscles in that suit. You maybe should have worn a costume that shows those off a little bit.
Yeah. You can see how the pants are barely fitting him if you look down here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but he's busting out of those pants, so kind of makes sense.
A lot of quad extensions, some deep squats.
So, what have you thought about your off-season training so far? I know you've been working a lot with Justin, and he sometimes has you doing some pretty unique exercises.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff with Justin for the hips too, so I'm just curious, what is the most unique or weird exercise that Justin has you doing but that works? Because the stuff that Justin does, it's phenomenal. So sometimes it's a little bit out of the ordinary and he gets creative with it, but what's been your favorite or weirdest exercise that has been working for you?
Well, it's actually the first thing he's got me to do. The pelvic tilts. It feels like
classic.
Every
the
time
pelvic
he
tilts,
says fix your core, you have to come like here, and it just feels like I'm just twerking whatever.
Can you demonstrate a little bit for us? What
it's
does it
like,
look like?
I don't want to do it fully, but it's more like the first time he told me to, he was like, yeah, just go like this, and he was demonstrating it, and I was like, is he serious? Does he actually want me to do this?
Yeah.
But I've got used to doing it now, and I've just started doing it where I just don't look at anyone else, because otherwise it would be really awkward if I made eye contact with anyone.
Sometimes it's embarrassing in the middle of our training room when there's other teams around too.
Other teams, on that he says, get on the big table in the middle.
Worst.
Just,
yeah.
Not much else.
Hey, whatever it takes to get better, right?
If it works, it works.
It does.
It is working.
So the other part of that is eating habits, right? And making sure you're eating well and eating a lot. You have a unique situation where your host family is our nutritionist, Elizabeth Allred. How has that been? Talk about first of all, the opportunity that you have to have a host family and everything that they've done for you and how awesome that is, because I know that's great for our foreign guys. But what has the nutrition been like? Have you changed in your eating habits because of her? Has she been on you? How's that dynamic been?
She's just, the biggest adjustment has been her making sure that I eat lunch, because I used to have like one slice of pizza for lunch and just walk straight out of Commons. But she started actually coming to check on me in Commons for lunch every single day, making sure that I eat more and have at least 2-3 plates. And also when I go over for dinner, after I finish one plate, she'll take the plate, wait like 5 minutes, and then be like, oh, you're not having any more. You should probably have a little bit more. You want to get to that 200-pound goal, right? So it's interesting.
Yeah, how much weight have you put on since you've been here?
I've actually put on 11 pounds since I've been here.
11 pounds.
Lean muscle.
That's big time.
Not much.
Yeah, I mean, definitely lean.
Yeah.
Looking at you.
Trying to fatten up a bit.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So going off that as well, you're putting on muscle, you're putting on pounds. There's been some debate, I know you've mentioned this, whether or not you're going to wear sleeves or not this year in games. So have you decided whether or not you got enough muscle on those bones to go sleeveless this year, or are you going to cover it up with sleeves still?
I think for our scrimmage, I'm going to try and go no sleeves when we warm up. And if it doesn't feel right, I'm going to put a hoodie on under and keep warming up. Like, I'm going to give it 5 minutes. And if not, then I'm just going to
give the people what they want. The people want to see your muscles out.
If the people want the shoulders, I'll go
Hunter's very happy to show off what he's got.
I think that I need to just... I probably do a couple push-ups and pull-ups in the locker room before I go out to any game.
Okay.
Then if I'm feeling good about myself when we come back, I'll leave it out. But if not, then I'm going to have to get the sleeves back. I feel like the sleeves are just a look for me in college right now.
Okay. So what about media day, though? When we're posted up for pictures, are you going no sleeves?
I'm gonna probably do an upper body workout before media day, and then I'm gonna look in the mirror at myself for a good 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna make a decision.
Okay.
But it will probably be no sleeves. I hope so.
Good choice.
Yep. I don't like wearing sleeves, to be honest.
Then don't.
They mess up the
people
shot.
want to see the muscles. Yeah. They want to see the hard work you've been putting in.
Yeah.
For those of you, our listeners, who weren't attending the Red Black press conference afterwards, Manie gave everyone a glimpse of his singing ability. You said that you've been in the choir. You were in the choir until you were 12.
Yeah, till I
In
was
the
12
UK?
years old. I was in the school choir. I had a solo too.
A solo.
Yep.
You want to give us a little taste of what that solo entailed? Do you got anything you want to share to the people?
That solo was more of a church thing, but one thing I do like to say, I am very patriotic, so I could give you a taste of the great song, the national anthem.
The national anthem. God Save the Queen.
God Save the King. Unfortunately,
My bad.
rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth.
To Lizzie.
Yeah. But yeah, I can give you a taste if that's what you want.
Yeah, let's hear it.
God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King.
Wow, that was impressive. Good work. Now, how about the United States national anthem, just to balance it out?
Honestly, I don't know one word of the United States national
You're gonna
anthem,
learn.
and I'm glad I don't.
You're gonna learn
Yeah.
every game before the game. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna learn. By the end of this season, we'll have you back on, and you're gonna sing the United States national anthem. How about that?
Maybe I could even lead it. I could do a solo.
Okay. Yeah.
what
Justin's
everyone
daughter, right? Justin's daughter. Sang it last year, I believe. So yeah, and led one of the. Yes, I'm glad they double checked me on that. I wasn't positive, but I know that she was there and she sang one of our home game national anthems. So maybe Manie can step out and surprise some people this year.
That would be nice. Good for the fans to see.
Yeah,
Just get
and
my
show your
singing.
patriotism for the United States too, because we always appreciate when you're supportive of our country.
It's less that. It's more just getting my singing voice out there, getting the people to know a bit more of me.
Who knows? Maybe someone will record a video of that and post it on social media. And now
maybe we'll see that on Davidson Wildcat too.
Yeah,
it'd be good.
Yeah, for sure. That wraps up another spooky episode of the Inside Out Show. We want to thank all you guys for listening and our special guest Manie for coming on fitted today.
Boy, that kid can sing.
That's right.
We just want to remind you guys that we have our home opener November 4th against William Peace University, and the women's basketball team has their home opener November 5th against Florida Gulf Coast University. So we hope to see you guys there.
Yep, go support. And reminder, stop by Carrburritos and mention the Inside Out Show or Davidson men's basketball and get a free chips and salsa with any order of an entree. We want to thank you guys all again for listening, and we cannot wait to see you next time on the Inside Out Show.